Maggie, good morning.
Hi.
All right, so you met this man where, Maggie?
Just at a bar.
Okay. We go back to his place for the first time, and the red flag was what?
He just had like a bunk bed set in his room as his bed.
What?
Top or bottom, though, Maggie? Where'd he sleep?
I think the bottom bunk, it was like a queen on the bottom or like a double on the bottom and single at the top.
Sure.
But it was like from a family member. Instead of buying his own bed, he just kind of got like a hand-me-down and decided to use that instead.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
And how old was this man?
I think he was in his low 20s. I don't really remember.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Maggie, 1 second. You're in the running. I get it.
Sure. I would just rather have my mattress on the floor at that point than bring a girl back and I have a bunk bed.
I think most dudes, like, my thought was always like, why buy a bed? Because eventually I'll be with a girl and she'll tell me what to get.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, legitimately, like,
Sure.
the bunk bed thing, yes, you can sleep on top sometimes.
Okay.
Sleep on the bottom sometimes.
You can have
Depending on
slumber
the
parties
weather.
with your friends, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe if it's colder in the winter, you sleep up higher because heat rises.
Sure.
In summer months, you sleep down below.
Yeah, duh.
Think about that. You want a leg workout, you take the stairs up.
You're really selling this
To the
idea.
penthouse. If you bring a special girl
Shut
over,
up.
you go, hey.
Do you want to see the penthouse?
I want to see the
Is your
penthouse.
top bunk? Ew.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
I
There we
would
go.
call my dad and be like, pick me up.
No. Let me go. Fake name Lisa in White Marsh. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, you met this man where, fake name Lisa?
I met him online
Sure.
many years ago.
Sure. And we go to his place. What were the red flags?
I was invited to his place for dinner. He cooked Cornish hens. I walked in. I immediately could smell that this place was dirty. Smelled
Sure.
like roaches.
Sure.
He says, "Oh, I cooked Cornish hens, but I don't. There's a thing. I don't have any silverware." And I'm like, "What?
What?
How are we supposed to eat these Cornish hens?"
Yeah.
He said, "Well, I got some plastic spoons."
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, this can't be real.
Yeah.
So then he's like, he doesn't have any dining room furniture. He's like, we're gonna have to sit in the living room.
Sure.
Go in the living room, and there are no legs on the sofa. I said, I have to use the restroom. I go into the restroom. I call my cousin. I was like, send me a text or call me now.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
Get
tough.
God.
out of here.
Now let me ask you this, fake name Lisa.
Oh,
Yeah, but good looking guy?
no.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Fake name Lisa. 1 second. You're in the running. That's tough.
Yeah, it's like, why even offer to cook dinner if you don't have
He
silverware?
probably lied about making the food too.
Sure.
He makes food without utensils?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, how did he even make
It's
it?
a magician. Hold on 1 second. And Arnold at work. Haley, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, this was your ex, and he would do what?
So he would leave the toilet seat off, but when it came to cleaning day, he would clean it in the dishwasher with like everything else.
Ew, that's so gross.
Wait, so he just like,
Ew.
he would take it off? Like, how often would you go to his place and there's no seat?
Yeah, and so I was like, he's like, well, you got to figure it out. Just what?
That is, okay.
That's wild.
And would he have other dishes in the dishwasher while he was washing his toilet seat?
Oh, totally. And he blamed that on being in the military.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's gross.
Was he hot, Haley?
He was tall.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
A second, you're in the right.
same but different, you know? I'm sorry. I would not be kissing anyone that washes their toilet seat
Yeah, I mean-
with their dishes. That's odd.
Yeah, that, I would never even think to
Me either. Like, what?
do that. No, okay.
I've dated a lot of guys in the military, and they did not do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Let me, hold on, voice change. Of course, it's all dudes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all, fake name Linda, good morning.
Good morning.
You met this man where, fake name Linda?
Through the gym.
Through the gym. Okay. And the red flag at his place was what?
So when I got to his place, I realized he lived in a house and not alone.
Sure.
And when we walked to his bedroom, we walked through a blanket. He had no bedroom door. He had a blanket
Sure.
up the door.
Very, yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. Transessence there.
Love
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that,
And,
that was it, though? I mean, fake name Linda, maybe it's like that's his vibe. Like, the energy
Yeah.
is more feng shui that way. Energy
Yeah,
flows
he
through.
always leaves his door open for his roommates to
Yeah,
talk to him.
absolutely.
Oh, no, his roommate was his mother.
Oh, well, that's a little
okay.
different.
Well,
that's different.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a little different. Did you guys have alone time there?
No.
Okay. Yeah. When the doors are flopping, don't come knocking. All right.
Did he get in trouble and his mom took it off the door?
Oh, that's a good question. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Fake name Linda. Did you ask him why he didn't have a door instead of had a towel?
He said it came off the hinges, and he just never bothered to replace it.
Sure.
Okay.
Doors often do that on their own, so that makes sense. Fake name Linda. 1 second, you're in the running. Vote for your favorite over text 99338. Miko in Germantown. Fake name Mia. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, girl. What was the red flag?
The red flag was we were making out in his house.
Nice.
And he said, "Just so you know, I don't finish in the bedroom. It feels like my soul is leaving my body."
Okay. Well, that's...
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
So
where'd you meet this man?
I met him at a farmer's market. He was running a bread stand, and we were like chit-chatting, and he was like, "Do you want to come back to my place?
Sure.
We can go on a date.
Make some
I'll
sourdough.
make you food." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And we were making out, and he was like, "Just so you know, I don't like to finish in the bedroom. I also don't eat." And I was like, "What?"
Sure.
Is he at
And
all?
he was like, "Yeah, like I was like, 'What do you mean you don't eat? You're making me food.'" And he was like, "Yeah, I just don't find pleasure from it."
Okay. Also, if he hasn't finished in the bedroom, where does he go outside?
It doesn't sound like he does that at all.
I don't know. I got right out of there. I was like, "I can't do this."
That's different.
Okay. Fake name Mia. 1 second. You're in the running.
Okay.
Vote for your fate over text 99338.